Hi you guys, it's Ashley Chats. Welcome back to my channel. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up for me on your way in or out of this video. So while I was watching one of Amber's recent lives about the reading done on Briana, it came up that the relationship with Johnell could possibly be a trauma bond, and I think that's a great point. The relationship between Briana and Johnell may exhibit characteristics of a trauma bond, which is basically a psychological response to a long time of emotional pain or manipulation, and is often mistaken for love, loyalty, or deep connection. A trauma bond is basically a connection formed between two people when intense emotional experiences, especially negative ones like betrayal, abuse, or manipulation, are misinterpreted as intimacy or loyalty. Trauma bonds often include high emotional highs and low emotional lows. There is also repeated cycles of conflict followed by passionate makeups, and usually one or both parties involved feel addicted to the drama or dysfunction. Briana moved into this new relationship very quickly after a highly public, toxic separation from the truth. Trauma bonds are often found as rebounds after emotional injury, especially if healing hasn't occurred. Johnell and Briana seem to bond over fighting public scrutiny or critics. So trauma bonds often include an us versus them mentality, which feels like unity but is built on defensiveness and not trust. Their social media presence shows ups and downs, passionate and aggressive posts, a bunch of random rants, and public silence. Instability keeps the emotional bond feeling intense even when it's unhealthy. So when it comes to trauma bonded couples, they often focus on appearances to mask what's really happening behind the scenes. Trauma bonds feel like love, but they're rooted in pain, confusion, and emotional dependency. When it comes to a trauma bond, it can delay healing and keep people feeling trapped in cycles of manipulation, projection, and denial. In a trauma bond, both partners often unconsciously connect through unhealed emotional wounds and not healthy compatibility. In Briana and Johnell's case, as portrayed on social media, we can only speculate based on patterns and behaviors shown publicly. So let's get into what might be contributing to Johnell's side of the trauma bond. Trauma from childhood instability, like absent parents or emotional neglect, for instance, can make someone crave control in relationships. If Johnell grew up needing to quote unquote manage chaos, he may unconsciously seek emotionally intense or dramatic fallouts or dramatic dynamics like those displayed online. He might have a history of being left, betrayed, or dismissed by loved ones, and this can lead to clinging to dysfunctional relationships out of fear of being alone, even if they're harmful. If his self-worth is tied to external approval, like fame, followers, or praise, he may prioritize a high visibility relationship, even if it's a volatile one. The emotional ups and downs could feel normal or even quote unquote passionate because it keeps attention on Johnell. If he witnessed or experienced toxic relationships growing up, he might see emotional manipulation or conflict as normal love. And this could explain the tolerance of or participation in online drama and power struggles with Briana. He may derive his identity or purpose from quote unquote fixing or being needed by a partner who is emotionally unpredictable. If Briana exhibits unstable emotional patterns, he may feel tied to her because of this caretaking instinct. Even if Johnell presents himself as calm or composed, unhealed trauma does not always show up as visible dysfunction. It can manifest as emotional avoidance, a need for validation, or repeated unhealthy relationship choices. Respectfully.